Hi, so this is going to be a video about biohacking. Why are we thinking about biohacking? What's it all about? What does it mean? What's the concept behind it? Who's it for? Who's it not for? What are some of the pros? What are some of the cons? My name's Dr. Richard Newton. I'm a doctor here at Remedy Wellness Medicine in Perth, where we combine Western medicine and integrative disciplines and in new and innovative ways. When I first heard about the term biohacking, I really didn't know what it meant. It's not a medical expression. It made me think of computer viruses hacking into computers, and that can't go well with the human body. But in practice, it's a trend. It describes strategies that people are using to optimize their energy, their performance, their resilience, even ways to try and slow aging and to boost longevity. And examples that you'll hear about include dietary changes, stress and sleep tracking with wearable devices, the use of supplements, cold plunges, saunas, red light therapy, and at the far end, some quite extreme measures, stem cells, plasma, implantable chips. So biohacking covers a very wide range, from very sensible lifestyle choices to, frankly, quite cult-like extremes. So diet as the foundation. Diet must always be the cornerstone. Whatever else you do, your body is built from the fuel that you put into it. And that means moving away from ultra-processed foods and focusing on whole, nutrient-dense foods. Fresh vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats. Foods that provide you with the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, and the fiber that you need to support healthy cells and organs. And this isn't just my opinion. Study after study shows that a higher fruit and vegetable intake is linked with lower overall mortality, and that's why diet should and must always be the foundation of any biohacking plan. Some people do experiment with more extreme diets, carnivore, ketogenic diets, which can be effective and work for some people, but in practice we find that they're very difficult to stick to, and they're certainly not right for everybody. How about sleep and stress and wearable devices? So personal example, I've always been a poor sleeper. Ever since I was a kid, I've really struggled to switch my brain off at night, especially after a busy day, and I think that's a very common trait. And what really helped me is actually using a wearable device. It gives me feedback. It tells me whether the changes that I'm making are proving to be effective or not, more or less in real time. And so that when I see an improvement, that feedback does motivate me strongly to keep going. And I think this is a good way that technology can encourage us to have really positive habits. Let's talk about supplements. So supplements are another area that people really do focus on, and many people do have deficiencies which can be either obvious or often very subtle. Supplements can definitely help, but they do need to of course be personalized. No point in going out and buying a shelf full of supplements if you don't really know where you're at with your baseline there. So the best approach is going to be to test first and then tailor your regime to suit you as an individual. Otherwise, you certainly risk wasting your money or even harming yourself. And we are seeing increasing numbers of people with excessive levels of vitamins in their bodies, particularly vitamin B6, which is found in lots of supplements. People inadvertently taking too much vitamin B6, it can cause some neurological symptoms and damage, nerve problems. So this is where people have been supplementing without guidance. And of course, the message is that biohacking is not about more is better. It's about being more targeted and obviously operating safely. So how about some other practices that people are using? Cold plunges, saunas, red light therapy. Of course, lots of people do find them very invigorating and they can be very helpful. Just don't go overboard. Use them as tools. Don't be obsessed with them. Everything in balance. What about the really experimental things? You'll read about these things. Extreme fasting, plasma infusions, stem cells, implantable chips under the skin. And that's where the biohacking sort of world starts to get into the really bizarre stuff. Definitely unsafe. Certainly recommend you do stay away from that. So why has biohacking become so popular? And I think it's because since COVID, health has become a huge focus for people. People like the idea of taking back control, of feeling sharper in their minds, more resilient, more prepared to face the challenges of life. And some people feel that mainstream medicine doesn't always answer the question of how do I get to feel my absolute best. And of course, every day technology makes self-tracking so easy now. But here's the problem. The hype very often outruns the science. We live in an age of information overload, self-proclaimed experts and influencers trying to no doubt sell us something. And not every trend or gadget is evidence-based. Some of them can be harmless placebos, some of them are dangerous. And sorting fact from fiction isn't necessarily easy. So how do we approach that remedy? We don't use the term biohacking, but we are absolutely committed to health optimization. We love to help people get the very most out of their lives. We're very curious about the new tools, but we do approach them carefully and professionally. So this brings me to one of the most powerful areas that we have available now, which is with advanced personalized testing. So advanced personalized testing means that instead of one size fits all, we can answer the question of what's the best approach for you as an individual right now. DNA testing tells us about lots of things, including how you might metabolize vitamins, how your body responds to alcohol, to caffeine, how your body handles cholesterol, blood sugar, how it responds to exercise, how individual prescription medications might affect you as a person, and even of course your tendency to be at risk of certain illnesses. We can tailor our preventative strategies accordingly. Epigenetic testing goes further. It shows us how your lifestyle is actually influencing your genes and your gene expression today. Think of it like this. DNA is like the script of a movie, but epigenetics is like the director, deciding which lines get spoken, how they get spoken, and by who. Epigenetic testing can measure your biological age versus your chronological age, how well your DNA is repairing itself, whether your lifestyle is turning on protective genes or harmful ones. Key message being, we're not passive passengers of our DNA. Our choices, food, sleep, movement, stress management, directly influence how our genes are being expressed and working. So how do we bridge this potential divide between biohacking and medicine, with the dilemma being this, that biohacking is often racing ahead based on anecdotes, on bold claims, whereas of course medicine is slower, it's more cautious, it's highly evidence driven. So here at Remedy, our role is to take that curiosity but to anchor it in science, to turn it into safe, personalized care, meaning that we treat every patient as an individual. We use testing where it's helpful, we build personalized roadmaps, and we're not chasing every single trend that happens to go viral at the time. It's about a balance. It's about curiosity plus science, about exploration plus safety. And if you found this useful, please do click like and subscribe. Please do leave your questions in the comments below. Love to hear your thoughts about biohacking. If you'd like to explore how we might be able to help you with your own health optimization journey, then please do reach out to us here at Remedy Wellness Medicine. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.